What makes the NHL so electric isn't just the speed, the goals, or the fights. It's the fans. Because while the action on the ice can be wild, sometimes the crowd takes things to a whole new level of weird. These aren't just your average jersey-wearing, nacho-munching hockey lovers. These are the legends, the headline makers, the super fans whose obsession crossed over into total insanity. Some became beloved memes. Others got arrested. A few even became as famous as the players themselves. Here are the 10 weirdest fans in NHL history, guaranteed to make you wonder if the real circus is on the ice or in the seats. Number 10, the Catfish Crusader. Nashville's slimy tradition goes viral. Let's start with a fan tradition that's so bizarre. You can't believe it's real until you see it happen. The Nashville Catfish Toss. While Detroit has their octopuses, Nashville fans decided to take things up a notch. They started smuggling whole catfish, yes, actual dead fish, into Bridgestone Arena and hurling them onto the ice during big playoff games. But the story hit peak weirdness in 2017. The Predators made their first ever Stanley Cup final, and one die-hard fan, Jacob Waddell, wanted to make a statement in enemy territory. He vacuum sealed a 3-pound catfish, flattened it under his car, packed it in his underwear, and drove it from Nashville to Pittsburgh for Game 1 against the Penguins. Right after the first goal, Waddell leapt to his feet and launched the catfish onto the ice. Security tackled him, he was dragged out in handcuffs, and faced criminal charges for possessing an instrument of crime. All for a fish, but it didn't matter. Waddell became a local hero, news crews lined up for interviews, Preds fans made Catfish Guy shirts, and the NHL's official attempt to ban the catfish toss. All it did was inspire even more copycats. Some fans even started launching catfish with team jerseys on. If there's a weirder playoff tradition anywhere in sports, we haven't found it. Number 9, the Octopus Mafia, Detroit's frozen crime family. Speaking of throwing sea creatures, let's talk about the original, Detroit's Octopus Mafia. This wild ritual goes all the way back to 1952, when the Red Wings needed 8 wins to take home the Stanley Cup. A couple of fans threw an octopus on the ice for luck, and Detroit went on a historic run ever since, tossing an octopus at Joe Louis Arena, and now Little Caesars Arena has become a weird, sacred rite for every diehard Wings fan. But modern fans have taken the tradition to extreme, almost criminal levels. People have been caught sneaking octopi in backpacks, down pant legs, even taped to their bodies with duct tape. Some fans paint the octopus red and white. Some freeze it in weird poses. There's even a guy who once chucked a 20-pounder from the nosebleeds, nearly taking out the Zamboni. Security now checks for suspicious bulges and will literally frisk you for seafood. They've banned the practice in other arenas, but in Detroit. The octopus toss is untouchable. No other sport would even think of it. But that's Red Wings country, where being weird just means you're loyal. Number 8, Dancing Gabe, Winnipeg's living mascot. Some fans bring noise. Dancing Gabe brings joy. For over 35 years, Gabriel Dancing Gabe Langlois has electrified Winnipeg hockey and football games, dancing in the aisles, leading entire stadiums in celebration, and just radiating happiness. Gabe, who lives with autism, is instantly recognizable in his custom Jets jersey and trademark dance moves. Every time the Jets or Moose score, the crowd and cameras search for Gabe. When he dances, the whole city feels it. He's been given keys to the city, his own bobblehead, and is often honored by players and coaches. Even visiting teams know him. When Winnipeg is losing, the fans still find a reason to smile if Gabe starts grooving. His energy is weird, pure, and completely legendary. In a city that knows heartbreak, Gabe is living proof that the weirdest fans are sometimes the best part of the game. Number 7, the Leafs superfan who tattooed every playoff heartbreak. If you want a masterclass in weird hockey pain, look no further than Toronto. For years, Leafs Nation has suffered through endless playoff heartbreaks. But one fan, Mark Simmons, decided he wouldn't just suffer, he'd document it on his own skin. Starting in 2013, Mark got a tattoo of the year and playoff series score every single time the Leafs were eliminated. His arms became a living timeline of misery. 2013, 4-3 Bruins, 2017, 4-2 Capitals, 2018, 4-3 Bruins, and on and on. When Toronto finally won a playoff round in 2023, Mark didn't stop. He tattooed "finally" in huge letters and celebrated by letting strangers at a bar sign his arm for the next round. Dedication? Sure. Weird? Definitely. But in Toronto, it just makes him a hero. Number 6, Montreal Chicken Man, Bell Center's clucking clown. Every NHL arena has a "that guy." In Montreal, he's the Chicken Man. For over a decade, this superfan has shown up in a full chicken costume, sometimes with a Canadiens flag for a cape, sometimes wearing goalie pads over the suit, clucking and flapping in the aisles. He leads chants, starts random conga lines, and photobombs any TV camera within reach. He's been thrown out for trying to lay an egg on the penalty box, started dance-offs with rival fans, and once even got tackled by security after streaking the lower bowl dressed as a rooster. Love him or hate him, everyone in Montreal knows Chicken Man, and secretly every team wishes they had their own. Number 5, the Gritty Tattoo Army. Nah, Flyers fans embrace the chaos. No one expected the Philadelphia Flyers' new mascot to take over the world or haunt our dreams. But Gritty, with his googly eyes and manic energy, inspired an entire army of equally weird fans. Within months of Gritty's debut, dozens of fans got his face tattooed on their bodies. Arms, thighs, even one guy's entire calf. One woman got Gritty for life, inked across her knuckles, and wore a Gritty headband to every home game. The team embraced the madness, letting fans parade their tattoos on the Jumbotron, and Gritty himself posed with his tattoo twins for photos. Is it a little disturbing? Absolutely. Is it Philly? You bet. Number 4, Bruins glass climber versus Zdeno Chara, the fan who tried to join the fight. Playoff hockey in Boston is a war zone, but in 2011, things got extra wild. A Bruins fan, half drunk, all adrenaline, climbed over the glass during a massive on-ice brawl and landed right next to 6 feet 9 inches Captain Zdeno Chara. Instead of running, this maniac squared up to Chara, threw a couple of shadow punches, and actually tried to fight the biggest man in hockey. Chara just stared at him, bear hugged him, and waited for security. The fan was banned for life and became a meme for the ages. The lesson: never, ever mess with Boston hockey fans or Zdeno Chara. Number 3, the Rangers. Cowbell maniac, Madison Square Garden has seen it all, but few fans are as infamous or as noisy as the Rangers' cowbell guy. For years, this diehard sat near the glass, ringing a giant cowbell every time the Rangers made a big play, scored, or even just touched the puck. Fans around him wore earplugs. Visiting teams hated him. Security threatened to confiscate the bell multiple times. When MSG tried to ban cowbells, fans launched a Save the Bell petition that actually worked. Today, Cowbell Guy is still banging away, sometimes joined by dozens of imitators throughout the Garden. Is it annoying? Yes. Is it classic weird NHL? Absolutely. Number 2, the Islanders' sign guy, cardboard legend, and troll king. If you ever went to Nassau Coliseum, you know the legend of Sign Guy. For over 40 years, he's shown up at nearly every Islanders game, clutching homemade cardboard signs, taunting everyone in sight, opposing stars, coaches, even the refs. His best burns: "Hey Messier, can you spell dynasty?" and "Welcome to the Island of Pain." He's had signs thrown back at him, been booed by entire sections, and even once had a sign confiscated by security. But nothing keeps Sign Guy down. He's a folk hero, a meme, and every rival's worst nightmare. If you want to know what hockey obsession looks like, just check his garage, which is literally filled with retired signs. Number 1, the Vegas Golden Knights Cup Tattoo Guy. When the NHL announced the expansion of the Vegas Golden Knights, no one expected the team to capture the city's imagination so quickly. But one superfan took his devotion to a whole new level of weird. Before the team had even played a single season, he tattooed 2020 Stanley Cup champions on his forearm. It was the ultimate bold prediction, equal parts hope and hockey insanity, as the Golden Knights shocked the world and actually reached the Stanley Cup final in their inaugural year. This fan's tattoo became a viral sensation. Local news, national sports shows, and social media all featured his ink, turning him into a minor celebrity. And when Vegas ultimately fell short, he refused to be embarrassed. Instead, he vowed to keep adding to the tattoo, crossing out each year they didn't win, and keeping the faith alive. From internet memes to playoff commercials, his tattoo is now a living timeline of Vegas hockey dreams. Proof that in the NHL, no fan base does weird quite like Sin City. Honorable mentions: the Leafs Ice Streaker. After a brutal Toronto loss, a fan leapt over the glass and did a full naked lap around the rink. banned for life, immortalized on sports radio, and still talked about a decade later. The Coyotes' water bottle superfan, known for pelting the opposing team's penalty box with empty water bottles, eventually banned from multiple arenas, but not before launching a new tradition in Arizona. Hockey fans are a different breed. They throw fish, risk arrest, ink their bodies, and sometimes sacrifice basic hygiene for a playoff win. They're loud, unpredictable, and unforgettable, turning NHL games into the wildest show in sports. So which one's your favorite? Did we miss a legend? Drop your weirdest fan story in the comments. And hit subscribe for more wild tales from the world of hockey. Because in the NHL, sometimes the craziest moments don't happen on the ice, they happen in the seats.